This time our polynomial is minus 1 by 2x plus 5. So here the coefficient of x is a fraction. Now let's take some values of x. What kind of values of x do we want to take? We want to take multiples of 2. Why? Because the coefficient of x has 2 as denominator. If we take multiples of x, then that multiples of 2. Then the multiples of 2 and the divided by 2, those 2 and 2 will cancel out, and we are going to then have integer values. So it will be easier to plot integer values on the graph. So here I have taken these 4 random values for x, and for each one of them we can find out then the value of the polynomial. So for x equals minus 10, y will be 10. For x equals minus 4, y will be 7. For x equals 2, y will be 4. And x equals 6, y will be 2. Now let's plot these points on our graph paper. So one quick point. So normally what I do is I like to take smaller values of x, like x equals 0, x equals minus 1, minus 2, and then plus 1, plus 2, so on and so forth. So because we did it last time that way, so this time I want to take a relatively larger values of x. All right, now let's plot these points on the graph. So minus 10 and 10. This is the minus 10 and 10. This is the second point, minus 4, 7. This is the third point, 2 and 4. And this is the fourth point, 6 and 2. Now we want to draw a curve that goes through all these 4 points. When we do that, we see that we get a straight line, like the way we got in the last example. Now this straight line represents the linear polynomial minus 1 by 2x plus 5. Now notice where the straight line cuts the x-axis. It cuts the x-axis at x equals 10. So let's go back here and find out the value of this polynomial at x equals 10. So when we do that, we see that at x equals 10, p10 is 0. That means 10 is the 0 of this polynomial, which is confirmed by our graphical representation because our graph intersects the x-axis at the point 10, 0. So quickly recall, so graph of a linear polynomial is always going to be a straight line. And secondly, 0 of the linear polynomial is going to be the x-coordinate of the point where the straight line intersects or cuts the x-axis.